All right, guys. Last week, we got the word that Joe Rogan was going to be moving over to Spotify this fall. The Joe Rogan Experience will be an exclusive product of Spotify in the fall. And by the beginning of next year, everything with the Joe Rogan Experience will be exclusively on Spotify. He won't be on Apple. He won't be on YouTube except for the clips. And Joe Rogan is making a business move that I think he feels very, very comfortable with. And I think this is a very, very good thing for Joe Rogan. I think it's actually going to change the game for podcasting and even YouTubing because now Spotify is going to have video. So we'll have to see how they actually do with the video part of the podcast. And a lot of people right now are starting up podcasts. I have one myself. You can check out the link in the description. And I also have a video podcast as well. And Joe Rogan is really an influence on me actually starting a podcast and also a video podcast. Now, the numbers came out and it said that Joe Rogan was getting like $100 million multi-year deal. We don't know for how many years. I'm thinking it's just 2 years because last year Joe Rogan made 30 million. If you do the math, if it's 2 years, he's getting 50 million. And if it goes longer than that, he's not really, really gaining much more money. And Joe Rogan, like I said before, he's the leader in podcasting and he's going to change the game for so many people. I cannot wait to actually see what's going to happen this fall and into 2021 and beyond to see what happens with the podcasting game. Because Joe Rogan, what he does is going to help a lot of us. But however, Joe Rogan does not feel comfortable talking about the financials of the deal. And just for clarification, Joe Rogan never actually came out and said it was for $100 million. This came from another report, and I believe that is true. $100 million sounds about right to me. But this is what Joe Rogan said about the deal with Spotify. And he didn't seem too happy talking about it. He said, quote, "It feels gross, especially right now when people can't work." So I guess the timing of the deal probably was more of a problem for him. But, the deal has to get done. I mean, work and life have to go on. If Joe Rogan gets a good opportunity, he needs to take it regardless if there's a pandemic or not. I mean, people right now, they really have to do what's best for them. Joe Rogan, I understand what he's saying, but it's business and you have to go on. I know that over 38 million people have filed for unemployment since the shutdown, which was 9 weeks ago, even though things are starting to reopen, but that doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to be able to go back to work, as some people have been furloughed for a while, or some people have been laid off completely right now. So it is nice to know that, he is sensitive to a lot of other people, millions of people right now that are unemployed, and yet Joe Rogan's getting $100 million. But I think he's going to have to realize this. When people can't work, they're going to spend their time looking for forms of entertainment to get themselves off of their daily life. And Joe Rogan, he puts out podcasts pretty much every day, 5 days a week. And his podcasts are very, very entertaining. So from that standpoint, I think he has to understand that we want him to get his money and we want him to provide us with entertainment. And obviously he's doing a great job as he has pretty much the biggest podcast in the world. And people are entertained. Like right before I was recording this, I started listening to his podcast with Kevin Hart. It came up on YouTube and I started watching it. And when I get done with this, I'm going to start actually listening to it again after I put out this video. So I don't think he needs to feel bad, but I am happy that he is sensitive to the situation that's going on. But since business is going on, I don't think he should have to slow down what he's doing. He needs to conduct his business because everybody else is still conducting their business. And right now, to get on his sports reference, the NFL offseason is going on right now. And mainly when NFL offseason start, it is fireworks. And that started during the pandemic as well. Many players were signing multi-million-dollar deals with teams or new teams. Tom Brady, he left the New England Patriots to go to Tampa Bay. He got 2 years, $50 million, which could turn into $60 million. I'm pretty sure Tom Brady is pretty happy about that, but I also am pretty sure that he's sensitive about the situation with other people. But no matter what, Tom Brady was going to get his money, and he wasn't going to stop his life just because a lot of people are out of work. And I don't think anybody should actually, you know, do something like that, get their money, and then feel bad about it. I mean, Tom Brady yesterday played in a golf tournament with Peyton Manning, Phil Mickelson, and Tiger Woods to raise money for COVID-19 research. And from what I heard, they raised $20 million. So Joe Rogan could probably do, you know, something like that to where he does some kind of a charity event and raises money that way. He can still do his part, but not feel bad about actually getting his money. So what do you guys think of Joe Rogan saying it feels gross to actually, I think, really talk about the deal with Spotify? I don't know if he was actually intending on the numbers to get out there, but when you're somebody like Joe Rogan, the numbers are going to get out there. And he was always going to get his money. And I really want him to, because me being a YouTuber and me having a podcast, Joe Rogan is going to be leading the way for so many people in the future. I mean, with him going to Spotify on a video part, that can open up a whole new gateway for YouTubers and YouTubers that are frustrated with YouTube and the way they're going with demonetization, censoring topics. Maybe Spotify is more open to that. And if Joe Rogan is successful on a video part, maybe Spotify is going to really try to push YouTubers over to Spotify. I think that would be amazing. And if that does happen, we would have Joe Rogan to thank for that. So we're all very much appreciative, I'm pretty sure, of Joe Rogan going the route of Spotify and having a new deal. And he had to announce it because you just don't want to come up one day and say, hey, where's Joe Rogan on YouTube? He's not on YouTube. He's not on Apple Podcasts. Where is he? And you just find out he's on Spotify. And as of right now, he doesn't have anything on Spotify. He just has the link to where you can actually follow him on Spotify. And I already did that. But this fall, he's going to be exclusive to Spotify. And still, at the end of the day, this pandemic may end up lasting all the way until next year. I mean, there may be a second wave. You never know. Some places are opening, some places are still closing. It's going to be a different couple of years. It is. And we're probably going to need Joe Rogan from an entertainment standpoint more than he realizes, because we may not even have sports this entire year. I was actually reading yesterday on my phone that some European basketball league, I believe, they canceled their entire season now. The NBA right now is hanging on a thread. We don't know what's going to happen with them. We don't know when baseball is going to start. Baseball should have started in April. And of course, they haven't started yet. So we really don't know. We need our entertainment. Joe Rogan, you keep doing your thing. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. But a lot of people actually need your voice, and we need to listen to you to provide us entertainment and get away from the hardships of the pandemic right now. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Joe Rogan saying that it feels gross to even talk about his deal with Spotify. I don't think he should feel bad about it, but I understand where he's coming from. So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.